everyone, this is Milton, and welcome to Space. And I just want to say thank you for showing up. If you're watching this or from wherever you are, I'd like to say thank you. And in my native tongue, we say Ndatenda or Siabonga, Asante, Namaste, whatever you say in your language. I would like to say thank you, especially if you're here. And I created this channel. I want to grow, spiritually. I I want also to learn. At the same time, it's like my digital diary where I will share my personal experiences uh, from childhood to the present. And that's one of the reasons why I created this channel called Screen Space. And actually, I manifested it actually, this channel, Screen Space. It's amazing, huh? I actually manifested this, that one day I will have a channel called Screen Space. But this channel was just created probably a year ago. But I wasn't really posting, and this is my first time actually trying to post. And I'd like to thank people that I've been following, watching. People like Bill Carson, the Forbidden Knowledge, the 50 Kind TV with Paul Wallace, the Next Soul Level, Myth Vision, you know, uh, guys like Joe Dispenza, Mind Valley, and there's one, and the guys at Rewired for Success. I think they are the most people that actually motivated me to create this channel, because they had about 2 or 3 videos that I watched, so unfortunately they deleted those videos, but I happened to download them. That's what I did, because I used to watch those videos religiously. And those guys, they actually motivated me, because yeah, probably if it were not for those guys, I wouldn't be talking, or I won't be sharing the stuff that I'm going to share with you as time goes by. So basically, this whole channel is all about spirituality, the journey. It's kind of like I said, it's my digital diary. I want to grow with you. It's just like the things that I've heard, and then the things that I have experienced. So we will be talking quite a lot from creation, God, because a lot of people, they always ask this basic question: does God really exist? Consciousness, subconscious mind, angels, mermaids, aliens, UFOs. So there is a lot of information that we're gonna be sharing, and most of this stuff that we'll be sharing is my personal experience. And if you happen to have your mind provoked, the only thing that I can ask and I can say to you, just be open, but have no attachment. Just relax. You will understand as time goes by. So basically, that's what Space is all about. So we'll be talking quite a lot on the on the spiritual side, and meditation, how meditation works, and how manifestation works, how I manifested things myself, and and the kind of people that I've met in my life. And I've been fortunate to meet quite a lot of people that I always wanted to meet when I was a young boy. When I was a little boy in Zimbabwe, I moved to UK. So I was fortunate to meet some of the people that I always like. Man, I always tell folks, I met so and so. I met people like for example, I met Michael Jackson more than 20 times. I met Prince more than that. And sometimes they will fly in from London to Toronto. I live in Toronto right now, so they will fly in. It's like, Milton, we want to meet you. And I used to meet him, like, and Prince. And I always look back, I'm like, how did I meet these people? It goes back to my childhood. So these are the one of, and I will explain how I got to meet them and how my manifestation worked. So most of the stuff is based on real life experiences, and basically, I think that's what I will be talking about on this channel. And if you're here for the first time, and if you've been here following me posting other motivational stuff, I'd like to say thank you. And I just want to grow with you. And if I will support you, I will support you. But for now, because there's a lot of information that I'm going to be sharing, and I'm not looking for interviews. For now, I know, because I know there will come a time, and because there's a lot of heavy stuff that I will be sharing with you, and I just want you just to you say, hey, if I meet you somewhere, whether in Toronto, maybe on my travel, I like to sit down with you, just chit chat, and uh, share some stories, some experiences, and see and grow together as human beings, as mankind. And that's the whole purpose of this channel. It's just like the goal is to motivate people and to draw us closer, and have unity, love, respect, and live in harmony. So that's one of the things that I would love to see, especially in these critical times that we live in now. So basically, this is it, Screen Space, and my name is Milton, and this channel is called the Screen Space, and so the small handle is called Beyond the Signal. It's just like out of this world. And then if you're familiar with the people like Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Reverend Ike, definitely, yeah, this channel is definitely for you. Probably I'll be taking a little bit further. So, but for now, I'd like to leave you with the promise. Thank you. Catch you on the next one. At this particular time, I was living in the UK, and it was one Saturday morning, and I did not have to go to school or to college, especially. So I woke up, I had my breakfast, and then I took my small radio with my blank cassettes. Then I'm listening to my favorite station at that particular time. It was a station in the UK. And also that station was still in its infancy. It's called Choice FM. So they play R&B, hip hop, reggae, soca, a little bit those days, and a little bit of Afrobeats, just a little bit. So as I was listening to music, a friend of mine came in. He's like, "Yo, Milton, yeah, I want to borrow some tapes." I'm like, "Okay," and I went into my room. I got some tapes. So then he asked me, so what you gonna do for the rest of the day? Then it clicked me. I'm like, "Oh, it's Saturday. Oh man, I think." And I told him, "It's like I'm gonna take a bus ride to central London, and maybe look for some cassettes. I look for some promotional cassettes and promotional CDs." But then at those times, it was more cassettes, and the CDs were still coming in, but it was more cassettes. But at that particular time, I was living in Southeast London, and we talked for some time, me and my friend, and then he said, if you had the time, you will come with me. So I said, okay, fine. So after a while, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me take my. I cleaned up myself with my knapsack, and I got on a bus ride from Southeast to Central London. So the first stop that I had to stop was like it's on Marble Arch and Oxford Street, right on the corner. there was a shop, Tower Records. I'm not sure if it's still there. So I was like, yeah, the first thing that I'll do is get into Tower Records, look for some tapes or some singles or whatever I could find. So I went inside Tower Records and I did not find anything that I was looking for. So then I said, okay, let me walk. On now I'm on actually on Oxford Street. I started walking on Oxford Street. Then I said, okay, the next stop was HMV. So I went into HMV. I looked for whatever I was looking, and there was nothing. And one of the things that I did, uh, I met a girl. You know what I mean? She was like, "Hey, how are you? Fine." She's asking me what happened to you. So for me, it's just like I had polio as a child, so I walk with a limp, right? So I walk with a limp. So she was asking me like, "Wow, so what happened to you?" I said, I had polio in my infancy. She was like, "Oh, it's okay, but you get around." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I get around." So we started talking. Then after that, she gave me a number and she wrote the address. It's like, "Well, whatever. If you're not doing anything, call me. You can come to my house. We can chill, listen to some music." I'm like, "Wow, that's good." So I was like, and after that, we walked out of the shop and then we started walking together, and then she got on the bus, then I continued. So I still had to go to HMV, which is closer to HMV, which is closer to Regent Street. So I got in there, there was nothing. Then I said like, okay, you know what, I think if I cannot find anything, then I have to go to Tower Records, which is on Charing Cross and Oxford Street. So there was a bus that was just stopped by. So it's a bit of a distance for me. I said, okay, I would jump on the bus. It was a double deck, right? So then I showed my bus pass to the ticket checker, and then as I was about to go upstairs, the bus driver was like, "Yo, man, are you okay? You gonna be okay over there?" Because he was kind of like feeling sorry for me. I said, "I'll be fine." So and then the ticket checker was like, "Yeah, let the man go. You know what I mean? We're not going anywhere for now, right?" So I I started climbing up the steps, going on the double deck. So as I because of my disability, when I'm walking, most of the time I'm looking down, so I don't have to mistake also because I have to be careful when I put my feet, because if I put it somewhere I could fall. So as I'm walking like this, I'm just like I'm holding on. So now I looked up right in front of me because I wanted to go right to sit in the back of the bus. So as I'm walking, I looked right in front of me. It's like right in front of me. There was a guy who looked like me. The guy looked like me, minus the beards. The guy looked identical like me. I walked a little bit, one step. I looked up again. He was just smiling. He had a beautiful smile. He was looking at me. He was just like smiling like this. When I looked at him for the second time, I immediately sat down. It was like, when you see something that's just like, it's like you are nervous or something that scares you. I just went and I sat down like this, and I just sat down. So the guy was right behind me, and now I'm facing this way towards the driver. So he was at the back. So now I'm thinking, man, maybe I'm just tripping, because I don't smoke, I don't take drugs or anything that kind of stuff, right? So I looked back again like this, and the guy was just looking at me like this. He was smiling. He had a beautiful smile. Now at this time, I'm asking myself a lot of questions. there's a lot of stuff going on in my mind. I'm like, wow, maybe it's true what they say. There's 7 people that look like you. You have a twin somewhere. Blah blah blah. My mind is going insane right now. So I'm getting a little bit nervous now. And my heart is pumping. I look back, and the guy was just like this now. He was looking down. I'm like, wow. So now I'm going back, asking a lot of questions. I'm like, wow, that's impossible. So now I'm talking to myself now. I'm saying a lot of things in my native tongue, in English. I'm chanting now. What I call chant. Like I'm chanting. God, this is not supposed to be the way it is. You know me. I'm your child. I have no relatives in this place. I'm by myself. Protect me. So that's what I was saying to myself. I'm saying a lot of things, right? I'm saying. I look back. The guy was still looking down, and now I'm like, oh man. I'm saying a lot of stuff now. I'm nervous. I'm sweating. I'm cold. My body is very cold at this time. I'm like, wow. The bus is still standing, and then I'm moving, right. So I was like, wow, what shall I do? I keep chanting, God, you are my witness. God, the infinity can't fail me. I keep repeating, the infinity can't fail me. Divine love saturate my mind. Divine love guides me. Thank you. I'm just saying this. The more I say, the more I'm saying, the more I'm chanting now, the more I'm getting a little bit of warm now. My energy is getting back and back and back and back. And I keep chanting. And I feel a little bit lighter and light. And then it's like, and I felt like right in my stomach, I felt joy. I felt happiness. I look back, and the guy now, he's looking at me now. He's smiling. And now the smile is just amazing. I'm like, wow. For the first time now, I'm like, wow, this guy has a beautiful smile. So I'm chanting again. I find now I'm feeling happy. And now I'm in ecstasy. I've never felt this way. I'm feeling ecstasy. My body is just like, it's like it was in pain with joy. It was in pain with ecstasy. If you feel that way, where you are excited, you have joy. It's just like it's just like you. I just feel like choking with happiness, with joy, and that's how I was feeling. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I look back again, and he was like this, just looking at me, just like smiling, and I'm like, but now I'm a little bit calmer now. I'm calm, so I'm like, wow. Then I started, back again, chanting. I'm going back. Thank you, thank you. Whatever it is, I have nothing to do. Whatever it is, protect me. I'm saying this. I'm just saying this. And I'm like, and then the bus started moving. I looked back. The guy was still there, right? And now he's looking at me now. He's smiling. I'm like, wow. So now I'm back to wow. So it's true that you have a twin somewhere. So my mind now, I'm calmer now. I'm calmer now. I'm like, it's true. So whatever it's doing, you have a twin. So now I'm calmer this time. I am calm and I am happy. I'm in ecstasy. This kind of feeling, I've felt it like a few times in my life. And I will explain sometimes as we go along on this channel. So I look back, he was smiling. And I'm happy. I like, oh, the bus, it's moving. And I'm like, wow. Then I look back, there was nobody. There was nobody. And I'm looking, I'm like, even if he had walked or passed, I could have seen him. Because it just like 1 second, because there was a bit of a distance from where he was sitting to to the door. So I like, where did he go? So I'm looking outside, I'm looking over there. So I'm like, where did he go? But then, then the next thing, I was just happy. I'm in, I am in joy. Not expresses. I am in joy. I am ecstasy. I can control my feelings. There was something that came over and took over my body. So like I was so excited, I just sit down there and I'm smiling and I'm happy and I'm like, man, I'm like, wow. So as I was saying, it's like, as I was just sitting on the bus, I'm looking, I'm like, where did he go? Then a voice is like, you'll be fine. You will be fine. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. I look, I'm like, it said somebody talking to me. Then I heard, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So after 3 or 4 stops, I got off the bus, right? And then I started walking towards Tower Records on Charing Cross and Oxford Street. So I decided, I was like, I'm gonna stand outside the bar. I mean, the shop at Tower Records. So now I'm just standing there. If you had seen me that day, if you had seen me, I had a smile from here. So imagine, Oxford Street, especially on Charing Cross and Oxford. There's a lot of people moving up and down. There is a lot of people moving. So now, imagine people just stopping and say, "Wow, man, you must be happy, oh, you have a beautiful smile." People just, they were just, giving me a compliment. But I was not even aware that this joy that I had, I was extending out to people that were passing by. So after a while, I decided to go into the shop. I'm looking for records. I'm looking for tapes. I went in there, and the next thing, I I saw a tape that I really wanted, because I had the original tape. But then this tape was an import, but it had more additional mixes, additional songs. Then I looked at the price. It was like £22. So we're looking at 1992. It was £22. I was like, £22, man. I cannot. So the younger me decided to do the younger things. So like, oh man, there's no way I'm gonna pay for this. So I took the tape, and I started walking around. You know what I mean? Then I'm wrapping the tape slowly. So I'm trying to get rid of the tag, right? So I'm doing this. Then as I'm doing it, I had a voice that said, "Don't do it. Don't do it." So I looked around. I'm like, nah, I just ignored. You know what I mean? So I'm walking around with the tape. I'm thinking like, I'm gonna steal it anyway. So and the voice just told me, "Don't do it. Don't do it." So I listened. I was like, I stood for a while. I was like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." So then all of a sudden I'm like, man. Then I went back where I took it. Then I put it back. I put the tape back. And then as I started to walking out of the shop, one of the guys that works with me said, thank you, you're a good lad." Then I'm thinking, wow, so you saw me, you could have been arrested, have a criminal record, and then having a criminal record is not a good thing, especially if you're a foreigner, and especially if you're gonna work in the country, especially because I ended up working for a bank in the UK. So can you imagine now having a criminal record? Then that would have gone my career. So I left the shop, and then I stood outside for a while, and then I started thinking what had transpired the whole day. It's like uh, from Tower Records to HMV, to the girl that I met, and the person that my sort of called the identical person, me, and then the voices that I was hearing, and the voice that I just heard now, and then the crime that I was about to commit. So I was like, wow. So remember, I just only had breakfast in the morning. I did not eat, right? So the idea of going to McDonald's or getting something to eat, it completely disappeared. And I was no longer hungry. I was not even thinking of food. The only thing that was in my mind is it was like, I gotta go home. I just gotta go home. So I took my bus ride, went home, and I just when I got home, I put myself, I lay down on my bed, and I slept. I slept. That looks like I slept for like probably 16 hours. And my friends who came, they're like, wow, my friends, when they came, they're like, well, man, we thought you were dead. But they're like, we were asking them, Milton, wake up, Milton, wake up. And then they said I could. They said the only way that gave them comfort because they could feel my heart and breathing and probably snoring. That's what it's like. That's only. Uh, and then they laughed. It's like, yo, dude, you slept for a long time. And I'm like, oh, really? I was like, okay. So that happened in 1992. That in May, late May, and this, one of the reasons why I'm sharing this, there's something out there. The ancient people that they call it the law of identical harvest. It's the law and the promise. It's a part of the law and the promise, the law of identical harvest. And if you listen to Neville Gordon, he explained some of these things, Joseph Thomas, and my grandfathers were very, 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 I'll say, powerful people, both on my mom's side and on my daddy's side. And the reason why I'm starting with this, I just want to tell you what this channel is all about. There are things that we can understand, and then there are things that we cannot understand. Because we live in a world right now where it's constantly telling us what's possible and what's impossible. I know the scientists sometimes they like to tell us this, but if you look at science is still in its infancy. There are things, personally myself, there are things that I follow scientifically, and then there are things that I follow spiritually. It's even the Bible talks about, there are things that cannot be explained physically, but they can be ascertained, they can be discerned spiritually. So this is one of the reasons why I said in the first place that if I say anything on this, just relax, relax, have no attachment, just be open. Just open. It's like, okay, because we all coming from different cultures, right? We all coming from people who have their different experiences, but I believe that everybody should be able to experience these things. That's what I believe, and that's what I know, because I saw my grandfathers performing some stuff that scared the shit out of me, that scared the hell out of me. And I will share some of these stories. I will share some of this, and then we will go more into the practical side of it also. So, like, okay, for what I'm telling you right now, what you call the law of identical harvest, it's something that you, when you separate yourself from this, what I call the system of things. The system of things is like, the charter, all these negative thoughts. if you separate yourself and then you focus on yourself, you have peace, harmony, joy, love. And I can actually see that you will experience some of these things that I talked about, and some of the things also that I'll be sharing, because I believe God is God for all. We all created in the image of the Creator, and it's up to us to tap into the spiritual side of it, get to know God. And that's one of the reasons why, and like I said, my grandparents, they always emphasize, especially for me, because as a person with a disability, they always felt sorry for me, and which I didn't like quite a lot, because they always say, because at the same times when they were cussing my mom and my dad, I was they had to call me. So no wonder why you have a son that looks who's disabled. And then when they say that, they go back and then they want to apologize. And for me now, me and them, we no longer seeing eye to eye. Sometimes they had to remedy, they had to pay a lot of stuff for me, just I apologize, you're my favorite grandson. They're both my grandparents, and then my dad too. They never call me by my first name. They always call me Daddy or Baba. It's Baba. That's how we say it. That's how they always call me. My dad used to call me Baba. My grandparents, both on my mom and dad side, they used to call me father. It's in my native tongue, it's Baba. Not Baba. Baba. Not Baba. Baba. You understand? So that's how, So they're always, sometimes when they feel they're always emotional, when you wake up every day, this is what you should say. Thank you, God, for returning my soul. Thank you, God, for waking me up. And then they emphasize the need for me. So before you do anything, that's what you should do first. Before you wash your face in the morning, and then when you say thank you, God, for returning my soul, and then you can go and wash your face. And then when you're washing your face, it means that you are telling the universe you are awake, you are cleansing now, you are ready for the day. And then they emphasize that the need is when you wake up again, once you do that, just observe your area, wherever you'll be going, whatever person that you see. It could be a bed, it could be just a path, and then they say to me, you will see one miracle a day. You will see a miracle a day. And then you say, when you see that, you should always say, I am present. And then you should chant, I am present, I am present, I am present. When you see that, you chant. I use the word chant because that's what I am coming from. That's my affirmation. That's how I do everything. I chant. So you'll say, I am present, I am present. And then they always say, sometimes you could be somewhere, always ask, who is here? You can yell, or you can say it loud, or you can say quietly, but make sure you say, I am here, I am present. That's how my grandfather, that's how they taught me. And this is how I've always lived and said everything my entire life. And just to keep it up, this is how things works. And for me, every day when I wake up, I make sure that I learn something. Every day when I wake up, I make sure I learn something. If I don't learn anything, for me, it's a wasted day. It is a wasted day. And this is how I live my life. And this is how I live my life. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you either on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we have a lot of to catch up, and then there's more, like I said, based on the personal experiences, and we can teach each other how the ancient did it, because I'm going ancient. I'm going to think that I saw the people that love me and the people that I wanted to kill them because they keep mentioning my disability. I wanted to kill my grandfather, because I hated it. I hated it because every time him or my dad do something, you tell my dad, "You're stupid. Look at your son." So it's like, and then I'll be there. I'll be like, and then you be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," you know what I mean? Then I'm on my mom's side, and my mom is getting cussed out. I get involved, but the beautiful thing about that, they love me, because I never take it personal. I always I did my best to stay away from them, because they were spiritual people, and they made me nervous. They made me nervous. So I stayed away from them, and that's how I got to learn from them. I got to observe, especially I observe a lot, and and I miss them. And sometimes I'm like, I'm the most fortunate of all the people, because I was the one who saw. Because every time when we go to the village, because of disability, I was the only one. Okay, you stay around, you stick around, and you make sure you keep the fire burning. Like that was my duty. So most of the time I was left with my grandpa and my grandma. My grandma would go. That's when I saw. When my grandfather, when no one is around, that's when I observe a lot of things that he was doing, and that's when I could see him chanting, praying to the ancestors, praying to God. Because I will explain how we did it. It's something that I look back. I'm like, man, there's a lot to experience, and he lived long too. He lived long. Hey. So for now, I can sign off, and I'd like to say thank you for if you're here, still sticking around. I'll catch you either on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then there's more to unpack. Right, there is more. It's gonna get densey. It's gonna get more and more densey by everything. It will make sense. So for now, like I say, thank you for watching, and welcome to Screen of Space, and I'll see you next time.